Did everybody have a exciting new year?
I was sleeping.
Nice.
I worked.
I was drunk.
I was doing math problems with Oliver.
Did you get him right?
Yeah, he did pretty good. I don't know why he's.
No, I mean, did you get him right?
Oh, did I get him right? No, he's smarter than me.
Nice.
Can't get too exciting.
Alright. Looks like Cole's here. So I'll do a brief overview of. It's been a while, so I kind of.
It's been a while.
I know you guys ended, but kind of forgot where you guys, what all happened in the last one. But you guys went to the Lord's Alliance. When they had kind of explained the breakout of how, I guess, the political system kind of works in Gegnadane, which is the capital city. I did put all those people and their association in the chat for you guys. And after you guys had learned that, you were debating on whether or not to go talk to the Draconic Smiths, or go to Gegnadane, as you had heard that there may have been some. They weren't happy. The Draconic Smiths weren't happy with essentially being on the outs and not having any political power. After you guys had done that, you had made your way started heading that way. You'd first gone to Majebone and then Skargness. Nothing really eventful happened in Majebone, and then on your way there to Skargness, as you guys arrived, you guys were walking into town and just barely into town, and you noticed that anybody outside was kind of staring at you all. And then you had walked into the watering hole, and the female bartender had specifically called out to Morning Lord and had stated, like, "Oh, Morning Lord, it's been so long." And that's kind of where we ended. Was there anything else that you guys can remember? Because Zach wasn't here, so anything else you guys can remember to give him info on?
Scatgram tried to frame the band stealing T-shirts from a local shop. Unsuccessfully.
It was kind of successful.
You tried to frame people? Man, we would have saw that coming.
And then I was told by the band leader. Let's see, I have my notes here. Load up. Those who seek the most power are the easiest to be manipulated, is what he told me.
Interesting. Those who seek the most power are the easiest manipulated?
Yeah. That's what happened with Skargness, basically, is I tried to frame somebody, and then they got caught, but then just returned the shirts, so nothing came of it.
All right. Anything else people want to talk about? Okay, then we'll pick up at the watering hole that you guys had just walked into, and everybody had kind of turned to see you, and the barkeep, who you would know as Ariel, morning singer, uh, she's the owner of the establishment with her husband, Aben, morning singer. Ariel is a human, and Aben is a half orc, and so but they Ariel shouts out to you, Morning Lord.
Been a long time.
Well, I'll sit. You know, have a seat, and drinks are on us. What brings you into town?
Me and my traveling companions are on a new adventure to find this woman who might be a wizard. She has done some unspeakable things, and she needs to be brought to justice. So we're kind of out looking for her and clues about where her whereabouts are.
She's come out from behind the bar and kind of like lead you guys to a table, and she's like, and you would know these names, Allwine and Zerkian. They are the other two members of the Seven Sin Slayers that survived, and so she's like, where are Allwine and Zerkian? This looks like an all new group.
After the events that happened here, I got a different calling, and I parted ways with them after, such a somber occasion. And I've been trying to find my destiny, and I believe these adventures will help me do that.
I'd I had heard stories about those two, and I didn't want to believe it's true. I heard they kind of went west and went insane. I I hear they're trying to build their own society and fighting each other. Have you heard anything about that?
I have not. This is news to me. But, after what we went through, trying to keep it all together can be pretty hard.
And this she kind of gets into a hushed tone, and like is whispering to you. She's like, "Do you think that this sorcerer lady you speak of is related to what happened here last time? Do you think it could happen again?"
I don't think so. I think she has different sort of motives that uh, wouldn't affect this town at all.
I mean, I'm I'm happy to hear it, and I'm happy to see you again. Let me go grab those drinks, and she runs off to get you guys some drinks.
I'll let out a heavy sigh. Ugh.
I was gonna look at where. Well, if no one's gonna ask, what the hell happened here?
So a couple. How old am I? About a decade ago, I was with a group of 7 people. There was 4 paladins and 2 clerics. Uh, we basically were helping this village from 40 bandits. And the only 3 people who survived were me and the other 2 people she mentioned. So we lost 4 good brothers and sisters that day, and it's been something that's been weighing on my mind ever since. We were able to save the town, but it was a heavy cost. A lot of lives were lost.
Will come up and put his hand on your shoulder and say, I'm so sorry. I know must have been carrying this burden for a long time, and I appreciate you sharing it with us.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes the best way to work through trauma is to talk it out with people that you trust the most. And I've been adventuring with you guys for quite some time now, and I feel like I can trust you with uh my backstory history sort of thing.
I appreciate that. I do. Let's maybe we should grab a seat and take a drink and see how this affects our plans.
It is weird that we're back here again. Maybe there is some sort of intertwinement with my old destiny and this new one with you guys. I'll have to ponder on this for quite some time.
You know what I heard works great for questions?
What's that?
It's a wonderful thing called Goblin Intuition. And Mound will look at Skycrab and just smile.
Just gonna look back at you and just kind of like, not really like scowling, but kind of just questioning in my head if you know anything about like how I'm leading things on here. Kind of just trying to read your face.
Just
And yeah, intuition. I mean, if you want, I can see what I can pull out of my sleeve here with it. If you have anything in particular you're wondering.
I feel like these powers that control my destiny are much higher than that would come from goblin intuition. But if you feel like it might help some, then I wouldn't mind being given some sort of nudging in the right direction, so to speak.
I'm gonna kind of look around the room here, trying to see, and looking at the ground. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see any like dirt in here, so I mean, we can't really use. I mean, maybe when we get outside or something, I can maybe try to help out, but
Need some
I'll try
dirt
to
and
get you
some
something going.
chicken bones.
Well, we're freaking chicken bones into this here. It's not voodoo. It's just I'd have the soil to kind of be able to get a feel of the place a bit more.
Oh, I got you. That makes sense.
yeah, how dare you what is the word? Disgrace the sanctity of Goblin Intuition.
I didn't. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, when you mentioned chicken bones.
I didn't know. Like I heard some people scry with chicken bones that help them sort of like get some sort of mystical calling from their ancestors. So I didn't know if you needed that sort of stuff or not. I don't know how goblin intuition works.
It's a very even I can't really explain it to non people. You either know it or you don't know it. Right there, I can't right now. I can't remember.
Droop.
Droop, yeah.
Yeah, goblin intuition.
There's like goblin intuition again.
And I'm just gonna kind of just try to slink back and just sit on a chair or bar stool there, and just trying to pull myself away from the group a little bit to try to get this intuition stuff to drop.
Okay. And so about this time, Ariel returns with the drinks and hands them to you, and she just looks at you more and more. She's like, "Are you guys going to be able to stay a while?"
Uh, I should imagine we could probably spend a day or three here. Is there something going on that you need assistance with?
I mean, I don't have anything at the time. It's just always nice to see an old friend around. Um, and I'm just gonna offer up if you need anywhere to stay, you can stay here free of charge.
Oh, I
No
greatly
problem.
appreciate that.
And I mean, I know you said you're looking for somebody there. You know, maybe somebody around town knows something. Uh, there's not. This is one of the last towns before Gekdadane, so it makes sense that whoever you're looking for may have come this way.
I mean, that's a pretty good chance. That's one of the reasons why we decided to stop through here. I imagine that's the
And
reason we decided to stop through here. I don't know how you guys decided where to go last session.
and and who is this you're looking for? I can always keep an ear out for you too.
uh, is there a note about what she looks like in the D&D campaign thing?
Um,
I think last session, Scatgram determined that she might be Deidre, right? Like you kind of led that on.
yeah, I think you guys have kind of come to the realization that Deidre is probably the same person as this. But as far as the description, it's a human, female, uh, middle aged, with red hair, um,
Fire in the eyes.
and yeah, I mean, like she's been described as that, but not normally are they on fire. So I mean, but it's a pretty nondescript. I mean, like you guys would have the description of her, like you've seen her a couple times now, so you could at least give that to them.
Okay, so it's a middle-aged human female with red hair whose name might be Deidre.
Uh, I'll I'll be sure to keep an ear out. I mean, you never know here what people what I may hear here at the bar. So, um, you guys can, like I said, feel free to stick around town, and anything I can do to help you guys.
If you
I'm
do go
more than
asking around, make sure to be careful.
oh
She's pretty powerful, and I don't want anybody else here to get hurt.
oh I don't tend to pry. I just tend to listen. So
Okay.
I'll keep my ears open, and hopefully I can get you guys some information by just being aware of my surroundings.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this a great deal.
I mean, we owe literally everything to you.
And the others who
Uh,
were lost that day.
and she, kind of, she heads off back to the bar to help some other patrons. Um, and then, is there anything you guys want to do in town as of now?
Well, what time did we get here? Like morning
Uh,
or?
we'll say midday.
Mm, we go to the potion shop.
You want to see if you want to try and find an alchemist?
Sure, that sounds fun.
Okay. Any where else that people want to go or find or look for, talk to?
Not a
What
very big
is
town.
like the economic status of the town? Is it like a farm town or?
Um, yeah, I mean it is a farming town. Closer to uh like Tegnidanes. It's more heavily focused towards like farming and livestock, since it doesn't have the direct access to the water in the that Tegnidanes does. So they don't really have any of the fishing commerce either. It's pretty much straight fishing and or not straight agriculture, um, but pretty simple town overall. So you're gonna have some similar shops to what you had before, Technodanes.
I got a question.
Yep. Go ahead.
That lady we fought at the Afanasi battle. Did we have any information on her at all? Besides their
Which
and son we killed.
which one?
The one that turned invisible and went away and we couldn't find her.
At the time, you didn't really have any information on her. You've since gathered that you believe it's Deidre that people.
That's where we're kind of going with.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. At the time, you didn't really have a lot of information other than you knew it was Eric's wife. I mean, you still only really have a name and a description, but that's kind of where you're at. Is you have assumed her name.
Okay. Okay. That's I just was thinking about that.
Okay. Um. Yeah. So you head to the uh you head to the alchemist shop. Is anybody going with him then?
Yeah, I'll go with them.
Okay.
Is that same for like potions and stuff?
Yeah. Alchemist would be your potions and things of that nature.
All right, I'll go there too.
Um. So you guys head there, and you happen. It's been a long time since you've been here, Morning Lord. And as you do look around, obviously, like you kind of remember the destruction that happened um, during the battle. But you see that they've kind of rebuilt. They're still trying to rebuild some infrastructure. Like a lot of the stuff towards the center of town is still is rebuilt. But as you get further to the outskirts of town, or like when you look at the outskirts of town, you do see a lot more construction still being worked on, and or buildings that are still just leveled. Um, as you're walking, though, uh, you actually see a statue in the middle of the city square, and it is actually of you and the other six sin slayers.
Sweet.
And so you happen to see that. Um, there's like a brief description, like this is in honor of and memorial to the seven sin slayers who this town knows everything to. Um, and just kind of goes on about what happened a little in brief. And eventually you see the shop, Dewbeam's Brews. You walk in and you see a little gnome behind the counter, and he looks up and he's like, Dewbeam's the name, and this is Dewbeam's Brews. How can I help you?
What's the potion of the day today?
Well, I mean, what I'm working on is, uh, you know, I'm always working on different things. What, what kind of potions are you looking for? And you can kind of see that there's like 3 or 4 half put together potions that he's working on at one time.
Do you have anything that would make me more resistant to magical effects?
Resistant to magical effects. Resistant to magical effects. He kind of starts looking through. He like goes in, grabs a box, and starts flipping through. It's like a old phone like codex, where he's sitting there looking through them and trying to find something kind of has like what each potion does. And then what else are people looking for while I look at this?
Do you have anything that I can dip arrows into that'll poison my enemy?
I'm sure I have something something along those lines. I can look it up. And then Malin, were you looking for anything?
Potion of healing is the next one up, right? Or greater healing, right?
Yeah, it goes healing, greater healing, superior healing.
I guess I would look just for a greater healing because I'm not sure how much they are again. So, yeah, I'll
Okay.
look for one of those.
About $1.298.
I think they're kind of expensive, but also the other healing potions don't do overly great anymore when you get slapped really hard.
Well,
So, you know, it might be good to have a couple other ones.
if you don't get slapped, you don't have to use them.
Well, I'll remember
Yeah.
to hold you up and make him slap you next time.
That's why you shoot things from far away at them.
Or just hide.
I mean, I could go get a
Or
bow.
just hide.
Yeah, so he starts looking through his codex for all those things. He goes, I think I've got a couple potions of greater healing. Let me just double check my stock after I see if I can't find these things for these two. Sorry. And then so he starts looking through and he's like, I found it. It's I mean the your
potion of magic resistance might be a little pricey. But you know we owe a lot to you, so I can give you. I have one potion of magic resistance available. Um,
Is it for specific sort of magic that you're resisting, or is it like all magic?
yeah, it would be a one.
Okay, that's what I was
Uh,
thinking because I was looking at the different potions and thing,
Yeah,
and it's
he's
like,
just like, look, he's like, what kind were you looking for?
uh, well, right now I'm resistant to cold, fire, and poison. So, uh, it would be good to have some, necrotic resistance. You never know when you're gonna come across a necromancer. And those guys, they sure are hard to beat.
He looks up and he's like, perfect. All right, I'll get the final touches on that, um, put together, and and then I have one healing potion, one greater healing potion. Because you're friends with the Morning Lord here, I could give it to you for 175 gold. And
Sheesh.
I don't say that out loud. I'm just thinking that's so much of my goal.
That's more than we got for saving a town.
I mean, it's not always easy. We got to import all the ingredients here, so it's not always easy to make these. He looks and then he's like, the necrotic resistance potion's gonna be 300 gold.
All right. I guess
And
I'll spend half
Greater-
of my money.
Greater healing
How much
potion,
would it
right?
have been without the Savory of your city?
I mean, he's not gonna say anything, but I mean, it's probably gonna be like, it probably would have been like 500.
I got 26 gold now.
And then sorry, I'm just trying to see what I have for. So he looks up and he sorry, hold on one second. So he looks up and he's like, I got a so in the gear book it'll be a poison basic vial. So if you just type poison you can find it, but he's like, I got this. I can give it to you for 50 gold. And then it lets you coat up to 3 pieces of ammunition. Applying the poison takes an action. Creature hit by the poison weapon or DC 10 Constitution saving throw, or take another 1d4. So he's like, that's what I have for poison.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. I'll take that.
Okay.
Bruh.
How
much? 50 gold?
Yep.
It's a lot less than 175 gold.
Yeah, it is a basic one though. Too. It's not a greater.
I'm not even sure they have anything higher than that.
I just knew there was something I was reading, but I wasn't sure if they'd have it anywhere. think there's one too where it stuns your enemies.
Yeah, I mean there might be something more
yes,
potent, but
Daddy.
quick look, I don't see anything.
Oh, you're fine.
So he's like, well, I appreciate your business. If you need anything, or want me to try and work on something specific, let me know and I'll see what I can do. And then he turns and goes back to his potions.
Sounds good. Peace out, little gnome.
Ouch. The fuck.
I guess were other people doing stuff, or was it just us?
I think you guys were the only one that said anything specific.
Can I go to some sort of like place where I could sell some of this extra equipment that I have?
Yeah, I mean, you could find places along the way. Is there a certain type of equipment you're trying to sell?
Oh, I have like a chainmail and a warhammer that I don't really need.
Yeah, I mean, you could go to like the blacksmith and he would probably buy it, either reuse the metal or try and resell it or scrap it.
How much?
2 silver.
Ooh, no thanks.
Oh shit.
So you walk to you start walking around again and you see you walk into the Wailing Hammer and you see a very old, an elderly tiefling male there. He looks up and he's like, name's Benny, how can I help you? He's like, oh, like, he kind of like just hears somebody come in and starts to introduce himself, and then he like looks up again. He's like, oh, morning, Lord. How can I help you? What can I do for you?
I just have some extra equipment laying around. I was hoping I could get a couple gold for.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me take a look. What all did you have? You said
A
chainmail?
warhammer and chainmail.
Warhammer. Where's your chain? Oh, there's the chain. So what? That's 90. He's like, I can give you a 45 gold for the 2 pieces.
Deal.
And so you take those out of your inventory, add 45 gold, and he's like, anything else I can do for you?
I not sure. Do you need any help in the forges? I've swung a hammer or 2 back in my day.
I mean, I can always use a hand around here, but I mean, I'm just working on some pretty basic stuff for the town here.
Well, I'd be happy to lend a hand.
And you see, he's just like making like horseshoes and some tools. Like the biggest thing he's like making is like a plow.
Mr. Plow. Mr. Plow.
I mean, like he has knowledge, and he can make weapons and stuff like that. He just like doesn't really do it because he doesn't need to, generally speaking.
Need to.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a farming town. Like,
Yeah.
there's not a ton of fighting going on. And they don't get a lot of adventurers coming through.
Makes sense. Probably wait for a bigger town.
If he was gonna start doing Smith stuff, Malon's gonna go with Droop and like I don't know if I think we already trained today, so I guess we'll just do another training session. But not like a roll dice training session. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Anything else? I mean, like, there's not really anything like to roll or anything like that for you, Morning Lord. It's just like you're helping them out. I guess what we'll do is roll a d6.
Roll a d6. No, 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 no.
After the day's work, he offers you 5 gold for the help.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
We did work, son.
Okay, so you are doing that. You're going to train. Anybody else have anything they want to look for, or anybody they're talking to, or anything like that?
Money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure. Make you
guess I
wanna
kinda just
dribble
wanna
dribble. You know,
just walk around
riding in my
town
Fiat,
here.
you really have to see it.
Try to make my way just to see what there is in the sights. Nothing too like intense, and no major intent of what I'm looking for.
Yeah. I mean, like looking around, you see like the, like I said, you see the statue in the center, of the town, and like obviously you recognize Morning Lord.
Do I see? Is there anything like special on the statue other than it's of like Morning Lord and the people in the plaque? Like it doesn't have anything
No, like
extravagant or anything
it's
to it. It's just like marble or something.
yeah, it's just like it just seems almost out of place because it's new, and like you said, it's made out of a material that like they very clearly had to import, and it's like an expensive looking statue.
All right.
But you know,
Oh,
it's because of what it represents.
Yeah, I just wondered if there's anything like any jewels or gems or anything like that that were on it.
No.
Yeah, you know I'm not going.
But you like see the general goods store, you see like the blacksmith, the alchemist shop that they passed. You see another bar called the Boulder Sun, SUN. And you just general good, like a clothier, the cobbler, things of that nature, stable. So that's kind of what you see as you walk around, and you obviously you're noticing the destroyed buildings and like the buildings that are being rebuilt and stuff like that.
I kind of want to like, make my way towards the wreckage, I guess, more so, and just kind of dig through it a little bit, just to see if there's anything I'm seeing. Like I assume it's probably just gonna be basically your everyday goods and stuff like that, but just kind of like going through the rubble, and just seeing if I can kind of try to piece together what kind of stuff happened here.
Yeah. I mean, any of the rubble that's theirs, I mean, been there quite some time. So it's starting to get a little bit of growth on it. Like moss or vegetation and stuff. Like Morning Lord had said earlier, I mean, this had happened 10 years ago. It's just that, the destruction was so vast that they're still picking up, or they've decided that some of the stuff may not be worth trying to pick up. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
If it will load here. An 8.
Yeah, I mean, you're like looking around, and I mean, you're just kicking stuff around, and you don't really see anything too interesting or of too much value or anything like that. So I mean, like as you look through, there's just nothing there.
Yeah. And then from there, I just kind of slowly work my way back around. Taking a different path, but just kind of trying to take in what I can in the town, see what there is for layout. Like I said, I realize there's not much here, so I'm just gonna walk around.
Okay.
And then make my way back to the bar we started at.
Okay. Anybody else have anything? Feldor, Malin. Sorry, not Malin. Cole. Who else did? Yeah, Feldor or Cole. You guys have anything you want to do?
I don't really have any money yet, so I'll just stand on the corner and do a show with my Pipe of the Smoke Monsters just for fun.
Okay. Go
Just for
ahead and
fun
roll.
or to get money?
Go,
Well, I mean, people might give me money, but
Uh,
I'm not gonna beg for it.
yeah, go ahead and roll a performance check.
Oh, that's bad. A 1.
It's yeah, people aren't paying much attention, and I mean anybody who does kind of stop isn't stopping because they think it's good. They like kind of stop and like shake their head and almost like pity because they kind of see you don't have a lot, but they also see that, man, your talents are bad.
Oh, I'm bad. Not feel bad. Oh, that sucks. I'm gonna slink away in embarrassment.
Okay. All right. Cole, did you have anything you wanted to do?
Not particularly. Generally, I think I stay at the bar and try to. I'd like to run a version of the plan I did back in. I think it was back when we were in Gigadanes, where I'm like just kind of trying to thread that needle of having people keep an eye out for outsiders selling potions and stuff like that to keep more eyes out in for Deirdre, since that's kind of that's what the Lord's Alliance interest is, and this is the poisoning and the tainted healing potions that we had. So I'm gonna try to start that rumor that hey, be wary, we're chasing somebody who's been tainting potions, so make sure you're buying from people that you know, and the Lord's Alliance is keeping an eye out for this. So if you come across anyone shady that's hawking potions or something like that, let me know so we can look into it. And
Okay,
if you
so
want to roll like something for that, I could,
Okay, so I just want to make sure you're kind of I just want to try to understand what you're doing. You're kind of like just spreading information around the bar, like of just like, oh hey, we've heard information about, or we've heard Lord's Alliance has had some people fall to potions, so just buy from who you know.
Yeah, and I won't be married to the bar if if I'm there and it's like super dead or whatever, or I've talked to everybody who I can. I'll like start wandering the town and kind of just do the same.
Yeah, go ahead and you can roll persuasion.
Okay. It's a 12.
Yeah, I mean, you see like some people, some people just kind of like wave you off, like, who are you? Like,
yeah,
I've never seen you around here. I don't know who you are, and you're trying to tell me to.
You're an outsider telling me to be suspicious of outsiders, so I think
Yeah,
I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, so they're like, what's going on here? And then, there are a few people who kind of like take to it and are like, oh, what's this? Like, it's just like a mixed bag of who takes it and who doesn't.
You're giving a very bad PSA.
Yeah.
It is me, an outsider. Be wary of people like me.
Yeah, basically, I feel like that was the angle that I took. It didn't. It wasn't the right tactic. That's how I've always taken, fair to middling or bad social rules is like, hey, you came in with an approach and it wasn't the I mean, you know, I got a couple of people be on the
Oh
Yeah, I
wow.
mean, with
I
anything
gotta
like that, there are a few people who are gonna take to conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Like, there's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm always wary of like whoever. Like, you don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's why I didn't make it a whole.
Okay. So you've gone around. Batavia's gone around. Okay. So you guys have all kind of done your thing, and it is getting to be later in the afternoon, in the evening. Um, is there anything else anybody would like to do at all today?
Negative. I think we're just planning to at least spend one night here, correct?
unless something comes up. But I don't know.
What are the odds of that?
Slim to none. This is just a farming town, remember?
Wow, an army of owl bears. Crazy.
Okay. So you guys go to sleep for the night then, or are you guys gonna come back and talk more at the bar?
I suppose I could come back at the bar and make merry with the townsfolk.
Okay.
It's been a while. Might run into some more people I know and talk about what's been going on since the 7 Sin Slayers saved the town. Maybe
Okay.
try to get some more information about the 2 people that you gave names. What were they? Alwine and Zerkian. Like, see if other people have heard that they've been up to doing stuff like that.
It's in the general D&D campaign. But Outwine and Zerkian, yes.
I don't know. Guess if I can find any more gossip about that at all.
Okay. Is anybody else looking for information or trying to talk to anybody? Okay.
No.
So you join a group of 3 people who you see a younger like a young adult half elf and then a very old halfling all sitting at a table, kind of talking. And sorry. And so you kind of see the half elf is a male, elf is a female, and then the halfling's another male. But they're just kind of making small talk, and they see you kind of come over and sit. And the halfling kind of looks at you, and he's like, "Oh, morning, Lord. I saw you come in, and haven't got a chance to look at you, and thank you. I mean, what you've done for this town is there's no way anybody here or we could ever repay you. And I mean, these two younglings, I don't even know if they remember what you did. And you can see like they're probably like the equivalent of like
somebody in their like 20s. So when this all happened, they were like
Anish.
early 10 to early teens at most. And they're like, oh, I mean, we remember, we know what happened, but I mean, we were just told to stay inside most of the time.
That was some good advice. And look at here. You gotta grow up and everything. So after, helping out at the blacksmith today, I was hearing some rumors like floating around that a couple of my friends who survived with me, they're doing something out west. You guys know anything about that?
I mean, I've only heard the rumors, and I mean, you know more about the two than any of us would, but I mean, that's what we've heard is they decided they wanted to fight each other, and they both felt like they had the right way, and they think I guess from what I heard is they think that the reason your friends perished were due to worshiping the wrong gods. So they are fighting, back and forth, trying to preach their, uh, preach to about their gods, and I've trying to preach about their gods, and they, you know, are recruiting people to come out there. The lands themselves that they went to are pretty barren. Um, there's not a lot of people out there, not a lot of resources. So, I mean, I'm sure they're trying to make do with what they have, but uh, I've always heard that they kind of were always seen as the beginning and the end, and never really got along too well within the Seven Sin Slayers. But like I said, you would know more about that dynamic than anybody here.
That's very true. This is some interesting new news. So yeah, I've been out doing my own thing. I got a vision after helping you guys here, and it put me in a different direction than those two. So I haven't really heard anything about them until now. This is most troubling. I'll have to go and check it out and see what's going on. But enough about that. How have you been?
I mean, we're lucky to be alive, and I think most of us elders appreciate the extra time that we have, and I just kind of make sure everybody knows your story. I mean, did you see the town center yet?
I did. That was a most impressive statue of the Seven Sin Slayers.
Well, I hope
I was gonna say, who created that?
Well, I didn't create the statue, but I hope the story about what happened satisfies and does justice to the good you guys actually did here. That writing is all me.
Me too. I hope one day there's many derivatitions of this story out there in the world. Maybe they'll make an anime of it.
Yeah, in anime.
Yes,
I guess I'm not.
it's one of those animated moving pictures.
You know that thing where they use silent image to make a movie, but it doesn't look like the regular ones. It's slightly different.
Yeah, it doesn't have people in it. It's all drawn. It's very nice.
It's from Faerun, and the style is more like Faerun.
So like a magic spell, like silent image.
Yeah. Along those lines, I guess you could use a magic spell to make anime.
you silent image, but there's people like behind a curtain that like dub it, but it never quite syncs up well enough.
You know, I, I'm pretty old
If you-
here, and
If you ever get
I'm
to
not
Fey
sure how much
Run,
time, but
check it
maybe
out.
I'll see what I can do.
There's that troop of it was a grandfather bard who passed on to his son, passed on to this son, and they all do these sorts of things, and it's always heist theme, and they're all three of them were werewolf, had werewolf blood in them. I can't remember what it's called, but it's something the third, Lupus the Third or something. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna.
Hey, were
I'm
they
gonna
the
put that one
Shonen
up.
brothers?
Yeah.
Well,
Man, I thought I was being clever.
I'll definitely keep my my eyes open and peeled for that. And if I ever see it, I'll make sure to tell them your story. So that way, hopefully, they can retell your story too.
That would be most excellent. But how about a toast?
Yeah, toast.
To the ones we lost, to the ones still here. This is some good beer. Let's live some long years.
And you see, like, after you had said a toast, and Halfling had kind of shouted out a little bit more, that a bunch of the other bar patrons turned around and they all toast. You know, they're like, "To morning, Lord," and they all drink. And yeah. Was there anything else you wanted to find or talk about, or anybody else wanted to talk about?
I mean, I'm good. I don't know what other people are doing. Besides,
Okay.
helping me explain anime.
Okay. Then we'll go to the night. Morning Lord, I do need you to make a d20 check. It's just a luck roll, 50-50. So 11 or higher.
Come on, get lucky.
Bears. Owl
Ooh.
bears.
It's
Okay.
almost a 20.
So you do stay up and thinking about what happened here and everything, but eventually you're able to get it out of your mind and fall asleep just fine, and you have a good night's rest.
I wish I could just roll a d20 to have a good night rest in real life.
For real, right? Okay, so you guys all fall asleep. You all stay at the watering hole at the rooms that she has offered you up. And wake up the next morning, and what would everybody like to do?
I would like to break the fast.
Okay, so you're going downstairs to order some food.
Yep.
Ariel is, down there, and she's like, "Yeah, I'll bring some right out."
Guess I'll just meet up with people in the morning and see what our plan is in terms of, like, are we staying another day or moving out?
I don't think there's any reason for us to stay.
Agreed.
These guys seem to work with him enough as it is. Almost like he's their own god.
That's not worship, it's just gratitude, Scott Graham.
They made a statue of you that's worth more than this town is.
Well, it's not just of me, it's of my other brothers and sisters in arms who helped save this town from 40 bandits. There wouldn't even be a town here anymore if there wasn't for us.
So there were 7 people who helped this poor village. I mean, oh, man, that really sounds like this, movie that I saw once.
Hmm.
My question is, how come we haven't had any villages make a statue of me? I mean, look what we've helped with. Not
Were
a single
you?
statue up for me.
Wait, Skagam, are you jealous?
I'm just saying I've done plenty for people, and no one recognizes me.
Well, maybe one day when you find 6 other people to help save a town, they'll erect the largest statue of you, which would still be small in comparison to how big my statue would be. But there would be a statue of you.
I'm gonna look around and just start counting out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There's 7 of us here now. What are you talking about?
Well, I guess I gotta go do something grand that people will, respect and worship us for with
Hey,
gratitude.
I don't know if you can count, but I think there's more than 7.
I have a
Droop.
question that's like not
Droop doesn't
in
count.
character, but like me as a player. Are samurai something that's known in this universe?
What?
Where's this going?
I guess I'm not really sure.
Yes.
I think
You
there's
don't
a
have to,
subclass
think about it
of
too
movie
hard.
fighter.
I
Yes,
would
my
say- I would
backstory
s-
is the theme to like all of those Samurai 7 movies. I don't remember which one's the original.
Oh
Yeah.
well, Kurawasa has 7 Samurai. It was the movie I was thinking of.
Yeah, as I say, I would say that there's not a like specific knowledge of it. Like it would be like there might be something similar to it. Like people might see monks in the same way that we would see samurai. Sometimes things like that.
Why do you need samurai when you have the Sin Slayers? He's like, I got nothing to say to that.
I got nothing. Like that was just all like out of character anyway. That was player
Yeah.
knowledge stuff. So
But yeah, so
Yeah, there's a samurai subclass.
there's what?
What?
There's what?
The samurai subclass for fighter.
Oh.
So yeah,
Yeah.
samurai are known of.
Just
Yeah.
I just I can't remember. Continue.
Oh, somebody failed on their storyboard if they didn't go samurai then, huh?
I'm pretty sure like the samurai subclass is supposed to be pretty rare, but I'm not entirely
Probably.
sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it depends on the campaign setting.
All right, anyway.
But yeah, so Ariel brings out food for each of you. And she brings out and hands you each your food for the day. And just kind of asks us like, will you guys be staying longer?
I don't believe we will be staying any longer. We have to go to the capital to try and find this woman, so we should probably go most quickly.
I understand. It is wonderful to see you again, Morning Lord, and our like I said, our gratitude is far too much to put into words. So we appreciate it. And if you guys are ever in town and need anything, feel free to stop by. I'll keep my ears open, and if I do find anything, I'll try and send word to you in Gegnadanes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I also really appreciate giving me an update on Alwine and Zerkian. I'm going to have to go check out and see what's going on out there in the west. It seems a little concerning.
Well, I hope you I hope you are able to figure that out and get that resolved. I would hate to see two of the people that saved this town fighting, as I've heard.
I'm gonna get into this food. Nom, 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 nom.
All right, so you guys eat and then head out on your way.
When we get outside, I need to, see this goblin intuition in action because it was talked up quite a lot yesterday, and he needed to be outside in the ground. So,
Oh, so you talking to me?
yeah, you said you needed to be in the dirt.
I'm gonna look at Droop and speaking goblin to him. Droop, this is your time to do it. Needs you to do the intuition. You tell us where we're going here. Can't make it look like I'm blaming everybody everywhere, so it's your turn.
Droop looks at you and he's like, I'm not sure what to do. How do I do this?
I forgot who else speaks goblin.
Speak goblin.
I'm gonna put some dirt in his hand and rub it around in it. Like you just point in the direction you think we should be going. And so I'll pick up the dirt, rub it in my hands, rub it in his hands, and put his hands together around it, and just kind of do like the motion like you're trying to start a fire,
Yeah.
let it sift through his hands.
And he's like, which way is Gegnadane's again? And like you guys all hear him say Gegnadane's, like if you don't know Goblin, like you definitely hear him say the town itself.
Mom does? Okay.
And so but he's just like asking Skakra, he's like, I'm not sure which way Gegnadane's is exactly. You would know it's north, like you guys had learned it's north. He's just not sure which direction's north.
He's saying north to Dignadanes. We're using Droop's intuition this time. We gotta get his up to snuff. He still hasn't quite gotten a grasp of it. I'm gonna wink at him and kind of give him a little nudge.
He's just like goblin intuition, and then like eats another candy.
Oh well,
I'm gonna call Skagram.
Yeah, call him a what?
I'm gonna call him idiot and goblin.
Who, me?
No. You. But like sarcastically, like you're an idiot.
No, I'm just gonna scowl at you and just like, on the Gigadane.
On the Gigadades.
Okay. So you guys head up towards Gegnadane's. Once again, you guys are high enough level that it's probably not worth random encounters. So is there anything you guys want to do on the road up there?
I want to kill an owl bear.
Okay, so do you want to go hunt?
I don't know. No, I need to change route. I just feel like we're missing out on.
And I can find us an owl bear if you want to find an owl bear.
Okay, so I think it's the last one you need. So it's like a 6+. 7 plus.
Wisdom, right?
Yeah, your wisdom and his intelligence.
Woo, 11.
If I remember, we're riding horses this whole way, right? From the Lord's Alliance.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
And basically, and
Woo!
do we all have
Okay.
our own horses?
Yeah, I mean, like you would have a smaller horse, but you have one.
All right. As I'm riding, I'm just gonna sit here with 2 gold coins in my hand, and I'm gonna ride up next to Feldor, just kind of flipping them the coins between my fingers as I ride by him.
Haunty little.
Do you still have your warrior protector thing? Scagram?
Warrior protector thing.
Yeah, didn't
Oh
you
yeah, I
get?
still have I got my little dwarf dude. Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
He ain't going nowhere. He loves them.
Yeah,
His
he's my
dwarf
buddy.
daddy. Okay. Yeah. So, Droop is a full-fledged fighting member of the team now.
What?
Droop!
He is been trained enough that he is a level 4 monk.
A monk, huh?
Damn, it's about time we go back and kick that green dragon's ass, isn't it?
Go back to the other continent.
I'm ready to go back and show it what's what.
Nothing is happening over here. Might as well head back.
I don't know what these stories are about a green dragon, but sounds quite adventurous.
I'm gonna ride up to Droop,
Okay.
and I'm gonna give him my my extra crossbow I have.
Okay. He takes the crossbow. It's just a regular crossbow, right? Is it a hand crossbow?
Yeah, just a normal hand crossbow.
Would he know how to use that? Is that a simple weapon?
I mean, it'll tell me if he's at a disadvantage or not.
Huh.
So,
The group is a goblin monk, huh? Oh god.
I have
And
plans.
I just want to say, I'm gonna say to him, Goblin. I'm like, just in case you don't want to get too close.
he's just like, thank you, I appreciate it. I'll put it to the best use I can.
Just don't shoot your foot with it.
Don't shoot your eye out.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he has proficiency in it, so he's just a +2 to hit. But I mean, he at least has a ranged weapon now.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was gonna say, otherwise we just give him a bag full of rocks to throw at people.
Why are you guys talking about how Droop is gonna fight? Did you train Droop? Did you put in the hours?
Save his ass enough time.
No, I just wanted to. He has other options than getting up close and personal.
No, I appreciate yours. I'm talking about why are we talking about a bag of rocks to Droop? He's afraid of rocks. Last time somebody threw a rock at him, he fell on the floor.
I'm gonna go up to Droop and I'm gonna be like, Droop, I imagine you can handle yourself like a good soup.
Did you just say good soup?
Good soup.
He looks at you and he's like, he looks kind of confused and he's like, I like soup.
Yes, good soup.
I like soup.
So now that he is technically what he is, Goblin Intuition can be a lot more fun for you. Moving on though.
Yeah, so you guys are making your way into town. Well, into Gignadig's.
Ooh, give us
And
a little ambiance.
on your way in, so like you see it from kind of far away. Like there's some very tall buildings, like large. It's like a city center, and then as you approach, just on the outskirts of town, on the outside gates, you see another towering tree, and as you start to get closer, uh, this tree you start to see that it's not a normal tree, and within the tree, it almost looks like there's an entire city there. Like you can see buildings that are built within the limbs. You can see uh, like like the smoke of a forge going on. Like you can see that this is its own small town itself, just sitting outside of the town. Um, and then you also see as you approach, you're able to see that it actually is on what almost looks like four stilts, um, but it's all on the outside of town there. Um, so, it would look. And then obviously the town itself, you can see different. Yeah, like you can see like the outskirts of the buildings and stuff like that. But yeah, obviously you can't see a ton of it because it is a very um, sprawling town. So, uh, so where are you guys going?
From the view of our as we approach the town, does it appear to be set up that way for military reasons or like more practical reasons? And I guess what I'm asking about asking is like that seems like a very defensible position and therefore a place that could be built like to withstand a siege or to be a
Yeah, so I sorry, two things. I posted kind of what you guys are seeing with building on the outside. And then as far as like if it's a um like it seems like it's outside mostly because it doesn't fit inside, so to speak. Like it doesn't look like uh it is from here, so to speak. And so like they kind of are like, no, you can stay outside. Um
yeah,
like you can, yeah, you can just stay outside and outside the gate.
yeah.
But I mean, like they did choose a gate that they think would be like the most defensible. But they also know um, that like this is going to be the safest city in all of Shkeki as the capital. Like the most troops are here. Militarily, like people don't really try and start stuff here. Uh, because of the possible repercussions, um, both financially and politically.
So this is outside of it?
Yeah, this is just outside of the gates.
Do the
Do we know what it is?
Does the stilts seem to move at all, or are they just kind of tell us the distance we're at?
They haven't really done anything. Like you can't tell that they are moving or not. But I'll just give you the description that they have. This venue is of hustle and bustle, an exciting oddity in a magical world, reaching the majestic heights of a tall castle. Uh, this place is an amalgamation of log buildings, stone towers, brass pipes, metal chimneys, and luscious vegetation that bursts through the enormous trunk of the mother tree. This beautiful monstrosity is kept aloft by four crab-like mechanical legs of bronze and copper. The base of is a mass of roots, earth, stone, through which windows and small buildings weave in and out of the earth. Small walkways spiral through their way through the huddled masses and up to the trunk of the colossal behemoth of a tree that dwarfs even the tallest of towers. Climbing upward, the mother tree seems to sprout numerous buildings that protrude from its bark like obscure growths. A mass of wood forms the hull of a giant ship with multiple sails flapping in the industrial metal spheres squats precariously atop the tilted roof of the quaint looking tower. The enormous branch twists skyward and morphing into towered stone. From every branch and every balcony, a lantern awning water, dappling tower with color. Amidst the leafy canopy, a cottage is perched on its own platform surrounded by colorful garden, while on the opposite of the small ground, quiet graveyard shimmer against the ghastly visage of a chapel. The town is crowned with a glimmering glass house and emerald jewel on top of it. So you can't really see, but you do see, like, as you approach it, that like they do look mechanical in nature. The stilts.
Wow, this is just sitting outside the town. Is there like we were mentioning a gate? Was a gate to go into this place?
No, the gate is to the actual city.
Oh, okay. I guess if it's unless anyone interject, Mounds gonna go up to like what seems to be the entrance of this place and knock or enter. I don't know
Okay.
exactly what the etiquette like. Is this like a town feel or more just like it's one big building, just kind of like splattered all over?
Yeah, I mean, like it's a large like tree, but there's a lot of different buildings and pathways up and everything like that.
Yeah, Mounds gonna like
Um,
knock on the door in interest and see what like this is because it looks dope. His elf sense is tingling because it's pretty like yeah. He appreciates the interweaving of the tree in the building.
okay. Is anybody else going with him then? Or are you all going with him?
I'm going with him.
We'll go with him.
Okay.
Let's all go.
Yeah.
So you guys approach what you can find as an entrance to this uh, marketplace, and as you um, start to go up to it, you kind of see there's a lot of hustle and bustle around, like people running up to the top to that dome, um, and you see somebody coming down from there as much as you can, like like. But you guys get there, and then as like the door opens, you guys are greeted by a pudgy human who's bald, wearing like purple and gold uh, outlined clothes, and he just looks at you and he's like, gather, convene if you please. Fear not, my frugal friends. No expense shall be mustered to merely gaze upon possibilities. My cursory compatriots, eager entrepreneurs and wandering warriors of this plane of perpetual possibilities. Welcome to Siren's magnificent walking market. Allow me, Siren, broker of aeons, to introduce you to the wondrous possibilities that await you within the walking marketplace. There's no dream out of reach, no pleasure scorned, and no deal that cannot be made. From divine Delis to boutiques of battle, from outlets of alchemy to traders of trinkets, whether you're seeking flesh for coin or coin for the flesh, we are at your behest. So come, rest your weary heads, enjoy a hearty meal with a cold mug of mead, melt your anxieties away in our steaming spas. But I see in your eyes a shimmer of earnest, a glisten of ambition, the recognizable flare of those who dare, a soul-seeking change in this woeful world. Why be a tristful turkey when you could be a golden goose? I can attest that those who seek neither conformity nor comfort shall find good parley with our mercantile band. For within the marketplace, beneath the canopy of the mother tree, opportunity flow like sap. But I digress, my humble abode. Must not remain still, for our destinations are endless. With the bow and open hand, I offer you passage onto the marvelous creation at your solicitation. Welcome aboard.
That was a
Disney
lot to
Park
say,
is
say
wild.
hello and welcome.
I am one for the flair.
Noticed.
I can appreciate a flair for the dramatic as much as the next person, so I thank you for your generous welcome, and I'm excited to see your wares.
That's how he introduced himself. Welcome aboard, and how can I direct you? What are you looking for? What brings you here?
Oh, I noticed that this beautiful amalgamation of craftsmanship, and I just wanted to see what it was and show my appreciation to the craftsmanship of it. And it seems that you have merchants here. Would you happen to have any merchants selling top end belts?
We have merchants who sell all kinds of stuff. You're looking at my walking marketplace. We need to make sure that we are on the outside of town, so we are mobile when needed, if needed, and we don't necessarily fit through the door there. So we stay on the outside, and hopefully, as people pass by to head on their way, or as they come in as yourselves, we hope they visit, so that way we can move on and continue our travels. Um, he sorry, one second here. He does say, like, I mean, we definitely have somebody who's could sell you some belts. Um, I gotta find it real quick. Sometimes.
You feel like a nut?
And he just looks around and he's like, what else can I help you with?
I'm gonna take out a picture that I scribbled of a woman and that's middle aged with red hair and fire for eyes. And I'm gonna be like, have you seen this woman?
He I mean, he looks at it a little bit, and is like, ooh, I can't say that I have, at least not recently.
All right. I guess is there a place around here that deals in information?
I mean, one of the best places to find information would be just had it too. Would be the way to die. It's our local tavern. It's where people are going to gather naturally, so that's going to be the best place to find um, find that information, or if you're prove yourself worthy enough, you can always come to my personal tavern.
I have to prove myself worthy enough to come to your personal tavern?
Well, I can't let anybody coming in there. I'm
I'm a man who's made many friends, and with making many friends comes making many enemies.
Oh, how would one get such an honor to enter your tavern?
I mean, just you can prove yourself worthy throughout the uh prove yourself worthy. I'll think of something that you could do, or maybe there's some of the patrons on the ship have something that they could help with, or that you could help them with.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm looking to see if they have anything on.
Ooh.
And he goes, the the best place to maybe find some of those belts and other wares you're looking for would be Oliver's uh, Forge, or the bazaar itself. Might have some of those things for you, but that's going to be your best bet. And I know many people on here that if they don't have it, they can certainly find it for you.
Awesome, awesome. Do you have anyone who might deal with, I guess this is out of character. One of the things I want to do with Malin is get him like rings,
Mm-hmm.
like have him have like multiple rings. Like what would I who would deal with the rings?
Magic
Like,
rings?
I mean, they can be both magic and unmagic. I mean, I would prefer magic ones, but they don't have to be like specialty, like cool magic things. Like if it does something like kind of dumb, that's still kind of cool.
Um,
He snaps his finger and a little guy appears in his hand for a moment or something, like a little image or something. I don't know.
yeah. He goes. I mean, Oliver may be able to help you with that too. He is very very skilled. And if he can't, he can definitely uh, point you in the correct way, correct area.
Awesome.
I want to pull out my bow and say, where can I get something better than this?
It seems as though Oliver, who's the head of the forge, is going to be a busy man because that's going to be your best spot there. That's where you'll find all forms of arms, all forms of armor, um, and both rings of magical and non. You may be able to find some rings at. Uh, you may be able to see some rings in uh, the 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 bazaar at some of the general goods store, but overall, your best bet for the items you've been seeking are going to be the forge.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm looking at rings now, but man, unless anyone else has anything to ask him, I'm ready to head to that shop.
Let's do it.
Well, the only other thing I have is to go to that bar.
Let's do it.
Okay, so you head to the area known as the Forge. And on the it's towards the bow of the ship, or where that ship is where this is located. And you see there are a few other shops in the area, but the main actual blacksmith shop, you see a sign that says Molten Birth, and that's kind of where you believe he would be. You do walk over there, and you do see a large, pretty muscular human male with a long beard, silver in color. He's just kind of working away and hitting. He's just working away on some items. Sees you walk in and looks around, and he's like, "How can I help you?"
Stop.
Yes, I was informed I could speak with you about some possible items. I'm looking for I'm just in the market in general for rings. I'm always interested in them. Amount kind of just shows off his couple like um rings, or he has like 3 rings on his finger right now. He's like, I'm looking to expand. Actually, he has 4 rings. Yeah, he has 4 rings. I'm looking to expand my ring collection. I'm just interested in any kind of ring, magic, non-magic, as long as it looks right. And I'm also kind of in the market for this is the belt guy as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, he can make
Kind
belts,
of,
but
yeah.
there's a leather worker in this area that
I don't
kind of
know.
just
I'll mention it to him and he can point me properly if
yeah.
I'm wrong. I'm also
So
sorry, go ahead.
so the way that it works is basically Cryan, or sorry, Siren, had told you, like, you can find it, and this whole area
Mhm.
is referred to as, like, Oliver's
Forge.
Forge,
Oh, okay.
or the Forge, but it has many smaller shops that would be like your
So
leather
even if I
workers, your
mention it to him,
cobblers.
he can
Yeah,
point me.
I
Yeah,
mean, he'd
okay.
point you to the correct person.
And I'm also looking for a belt. I've heard rumor of it. It's I believe made kind of out of dragon hide. And it's supposed to help a monk out.
I can certainly, your best bet may be Rock. At he's the leather worker in town. Unless you're looking for something more, um, along the lines of a metal belt, Rock is going to be your guy.
Yeah, it's made of dragon hide, so it's probably leather working. Other than that, do you have any dope looking rings? Maybe?
I could certainly look through. I'll look through and see what I can find. It might take me a minute to find those all. How about you? You return in a while, and I'll have my rings out for you.
Alrighty. Anyone else need to talk to him?
Yeah, I just didn't know if he was doing something else.
I assume that means that you said that as in you'll send like a list later of what you
Yeah,
guys
yeah, basically.
Okay.
I just
Oh, yeah,
gotta,
yeah.
I just gotta work on it. And like, if you want to put a message of something you're looking for specifically,
I honestly
Um,
don't know.
then I can. But otherwise, I'll find some things that he would have.
I'm just looking for improvements to my current equipment that I have. I have a bow, and then my studded leather armor and my short swords.
Any improvements in armor? Leather armor is gonna be rock. I mean our woodworker is probably going to be a better bet than I for in regards to your bows. All right, there's a lot of information on this thing. That would be Levis Moowood is the one who would. He's our bowyer, and he'd be able to help you out with that. He's right across the way and kind of point you in the direction of where um of where he's at.
Okay. What about short swords?
Yeah, I can help you with that. What are you looking for?
Well, I got these current ones, so I'm just gonna like flop open my thing and show them how come they're just basic. So
You flop open your thing, huh?
my little whatever. I'm assuming I have like a cape or something. I don't know, a shroud, and I'll put my one on the table and be like, I gotta get something better than this. So just your basic short sword.
I can certainly help you out. How are you looking to improve it? Are you looking for something completely new? Are you looking for me to just improve it on with what I got, or how are we looking to do this?
Yeah, just something a little more sharper, a little more deadlier, something that packs a little more punch, maybe looks a little better.
I can certainly look to see what I have, what I can do for you, and I will give you a list of what he can do to improve it, and then
Okay.
prices based on what you're looking for.
Yeah, deal.
Okay. Anybody else that I can help over here?
At the current moment, I cannot think of anything.
All right. Yeah, so those lists I'll get to you. I'm gonna put notes. Okay. And so you head over to the Bowyer. Also, I assume you're going over there too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you see a sign that says the Straight and Arrow. And you see Levis, who is a young adult elf, greet you and ask how we can help.
I put my longbow on the table and I say, "Do you have anything packs a little more punch than this fella?
I can. I mean, if Oliver doesn't have what you need over there in forms of improvements, I can certainly see what I can do on this side. You know, and you do look around. He's got some high quality bows and things like that. And so, what I'll do for the sake of this is basically, if you, Oliver stated that he can also uh, like enchant your bows and stuff like that if you want. But if you don't find anything that you want in those, you can come back to Levis, and Levis will find something.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Whatever better deal I get.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so then I'll make sure that I do those for you guys. And then does anybody else have anything that they want to do or look for besides the bar?
Oh, just the better leather armor too. I don't know if you got that written down.
Oh,
or some form of like medium armor.
Yeah. So you guys head over to Rock. He is an orc, an elderly orc male. And you were asking about belts, right, Malin?
Yeah, dragon hide belt. To be in particular, but.
And then you were looking for leather armor. Okay. Yeah, so I will look into that for you guys too and message you.
Go ahead. No, I was just gonna point out there's not a whole lot of rings that don't require attunement that do stuff. Where are all the ring of firework? Huh?
They're there. You just gotta look harder.
So I'll get those shopping things done for you guys. And then okay, so then you guys are headed to the bar, correct?
Yeah.
Sorry, let me find this real quick. Okay, so you head in, and you see a half-elf female, middle-aged, and she kind of looks, and as you like look around too, you see you see the bar, and as the name may allude to, you see a lot of people at different tables playing dice games, and so like you see a lot of people, a lot of money exchanging hands, and on the tables, things of that nature. But she kind of looks up, and she, as you like walk in, and she's like, anywhere you can find.
Sounds good. I look for a table. That's open.
Okay.
Can I kind of scout the room and see where like maybe if there's like some easy targets Or some like weak gambling people.
Do an insight check for me.
Insight. If it goes, come on. 9.
I mean, you look around and you can't really get a read on much of anybody. I mean, the only one that really catches your eye is a group of about 4 people in the corner who are playing some liar's dice. But I mean, like nothing really like strikes your fancy as like, oh, this is an easy mark.
Yeah. Are there any other goblins in the place?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple. I mean, you kind of see people of all types. You know, here like this is a very diverse group. Like, I mean,
Diverse.
Rock
Okay.
Rock is a full blown orc, um, which is pretty uncommon. That he's not at least a half orc to be assimilated into society. So like it's pretty open, welcoming place, so to speak. I mean, based on what you can kind of see looking around, it doesn't necessarily look like it's the most like up to snuff place,
Yeah.
so to speak. So like there could be like some shady dealings and things like that. But it is one of those things where it's like this is people of all types can be here.
I gotcha. I'm gonna kind of talk kind of quietly over to Scatgram and talk to him in Goblin and ask him if he notices anything.
Just a bunch of people gambling. I mean, I don't see anything special about anything here. I mean, I don't know how well my luck would be. And I'm still trying to figure out how this damn tree is walking.
Gotcha.
Why they want to have one that walks.
I was wondering if your Goblin intuition told you anything. I would kind of elbow him.
Damn goblin intuition.
Gotta be outside in the dirt for that to work, remember?
Yeah, but it was a joke. You guys don't know what we're saying.
Okay, so you guys doing anything? I guess the barkeep or bar matron comes over. She introduced herself. I'm Tris Chestmoon, and I'm the owner of this establishment here, the Way to Die. How can I help you?
I heard this is a fine place to grab a mead. I would like one of those.
She's like, okay, if, sounds good to me. Did you need just one glass?
How much is a bottle?
She's just like, I could get you bottle's gonna be 8 silver pieces.
Let's get a bottle.
And can I get anything else for anybody else?
Malin will also order some meat along with Droop.
Okay. Just a glass.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 2 silver per glass.
Is there music allowed in this joint?
Well, I guess if I hear that it's $8 for a bottle, I'll just get one bottle.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. That would make more sense to me.
8 silver, yeah, 8 silver for bottle. She looks at you and she's like,
good music's always allowed, but these guys don't necessarily take kindly to poor music interrupting their gambling.
All right. Looking out for you, Feldor.
Yeah. I haven't been too successful on performances lately, so.
When the lady comes back with the bottles of mead, I
Yeah.
want to talk to Droop, and I want him to practice minor illusion. And I want him to cast a minor illusion of the bottle, the same bottle, in front of Morning Lord. I want to see. I just want that interaction to happen. Does that make sense? And you can
Yeah.
like you can roll to see if it's like a bad minor illusion or whatever.
Yeah.
You just kind of learn how to do it. So I just want him to like practice it. Like we're just like kind of conversing. I'm like, hey, you should try and do this. Like this will be a
Okay. So you kind of like whisper to him, and he's like, Drew just looks at you, and he's like, okay. And as she's coming back, I guess because she comes back with 2 bottles, and she sets one in front of him and one in front of you. Are you trying to like sleight of hand his bottle away?
No, I just want to suddenly have there like when she leaves there to be suddenly 2 bottles in front of him. I just want to see what what the reaction could suddenly, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean he cast minor illusion, and I mean for his first time, it's pretty decent. Like he does a okay job of like making it match the details of his bottle. I guess roll an insight check for me, Morning Lord.
I got pretty good.
Morning Lord's able to tell the difference like instantly. Like he's not even tricked a little bit by it. But it's a fairly average job especially for a first time, like really casting it outside of what you guys had practiced.
Okay, that's all. And then I guess the other thing I want to start talking to him about teaching each other our languages if possible.
Okay, so you want to like teach? Yeah.
Like exchange languages, basically. But
Yeah.
we can figure that out. Like I just
Yeah,
want to start the conversation.
I'll try and figure something out for that. I'll see what I can find.
Who was trying to swindle me out of a bottle of mead? Was it you, Scatgram?
No, Mount. No. We're Droop's learned a few new tricks, and we're just seeing how well they work. There's no swindle. You still have the real bottle in front of you. Just curious to see how well he could catch someone off guard with.
Oh, I see. Good thing to try that on one of your traveling compatriots before you go and use that sort of trickery and before other people.
Obviously, he has some work. It seems you noticed very quickly.
I got a keen eye for mead.
How much can you drink, Morning Lord?
Well, let's see. How tall am I? I'm like 8 feet tall.
Too damn big.
So probably a lot.
Ugh.
All right. So
that's not what
she's brought those back, and she's like, anything else for you guys, or what brings you to town, or I guess to our market?
Your curiosity.
We saw the beautiful craftsmanship of the building. As an elf, I always love to see what would it be like? Architecture built into the landscape and respecting nature in a interesting way.
That's certainly one way to describe it. Siren's Market is certainly something.
Damn it.
I guess everyone else has kind of been mentioning it, so I would assume we kind of mentioned the mountain will pipe up and go. We've actually been kind of on the tails of a woman making potions. And he'll like describe what she looks like. And have we been telling people that we think it's Deidre or not? I don't think we have.
Last,
I don't
the
think
last
so.
city we said that she went by the name Deirdre.
And then I'll mention we possibly think she might go by the name Deidre. If you happen to see anything or know anything, please let us know or notify the Lord's Alliance, and they might be able to get something back to us.
She kind of looks at you and she's like, I haven't heard that name in years.
Oh, so you've heard of? What do you
I-
know of Deidre?
I mean, information's not cheap around here.
Um, hang on. Sorry, I'm looking at is what is like this is out of character. When you say information isn't cheap, generally like saying what is that like a feeling of? Like money wise.
I mean, it could be. I mean, it could be many things. I mean, information like
Oh, that's never
it doesn't necessarily have to be money.
Oh, okay.
But it
I
could
get
be
okay.
favors, things like that. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of different things that it could be.
Mountains in a not cheap, you say. What are you looking to gain from this encounter?
I mean, what am I looking to gain? I mean, as a bar owner, information is always good for me, as I can exchange it for other information. I mean, I've got I can never really get my hands on the good stuff. Siren kind of keeps that under lock and key at his bar. So being able to get a few bottles of that would always be a help. And as the old saying goes, money talks too.
So you'd be interested possibly in some what sounds like top shelf liquor or money? Okay.
I mean, money, information, money, or if you can find some of the good stuff, any of that, I can give you some information.
That sounds great. Let me converse with my compatriots and maybe when the next round comes around or when you come around again to see if we need anything we can talk. Or I'll come up and when I order a drink, I'll let you know.
I'll let you know too. The more you spend here, the looser my lips become.
Oh, that's wonderful information.
So what can I get for you?
Got a bottle. Anyone else want to buy anything?
I'll sidle up to the
Got any
bar
meat?
and ask for a cup of hot tea, a pot of hot tea.
Okay. She's like, yeah, sure. We can do that for you. She's, if you want the whole pot, it'll be 1 silver.
We'll take out 5 gold and say, here's a little bit extra for you for if you can make it snappy and let's call it goodwill.
Well, I appreciate the extra goodwill, and we'll get it on the double.
After all, I'm gonna be sharing it with my friend here, and I'll pat Malin on the back.
Okay. Yeah, she's like, well, she looks at you, Mal, and she's like, looks like you're in good company. And then kind of puts it in her register or whatever makeshift box register box, and goes and grabs some tea and everything, and comes back with 2 cups in the pot for you guys in a couple of minutes.
And I got mead and tea now. Damn.
You don't have to drink the tea if you.
Can I want to go up and order some food.
Yeah. She hands you a menu. It's got some biscuits, bread and drippings, cheese plate, vegetables, monkfish skewer, blood pudding, wild boar sausage, mystery meat, fruits, and pastries.
I want to walk up to and make it known that I'm with these other 2 gentlemen that are up there.
Okay.
So she kind of gets that we're together.
Yeah.
One more cup for that tea, please.
She's like, all right, and
And I'll
grabs
put
it.
another gold on the
Another
bar
gold?
for trouble.
I'm gonna order some boar sausage and then some mystery meat for Scott Graham.
You guys must
Okay.
have more than 26 gold on you right now. I mean, I have platinum. I'm not gonna. I do have that, so that don't think I'm poor. It's just I don't.
In
Don't ever spend
total,
money.
for the stew and blood pudding, I guess there's also taters in there. So, total of 1 gold, 4 silver.
Haters precious? Jinx.
Taters? 1 gold and 1
Boil 'em,
silver?
mash them, put them in a stew.
Yeah. Yes.
Did you say I ordered? I ordered mystery meat and boar sausage.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
It's a mystery meat stew.
Oh, okay.
It's the finest mystery meat stew you've ever had.
Silver.
So yeah, in total it's 1 gold and 4 silver for the 2. I mean, they're big portions, so.
Oh, you're good. That's fine. I don't ever spend money. I got a good amount still.
Can't imagine what that's like.
All right. There we go. And I'm gonna go take it over to the mystery meat stew and kind of toss it over to Scat Graham. I said, "Here you go. Got some stew for you."
What's this for?
I don't know. I just felt like being nice.
Kind of eyeballing you a little bit, kind of. You've been awfully a lot more generous to me lately. Someone slip something to you, or what's going on with you?
No, nothing. And then I'm gonna grab a piece of the sausage, and I'm assuming there's several pieces on the plate, and I'm gonna grab a piece of it and eat it, and then kind of say, "Help yourself, guys."
And I'll order I'll start slowly, eating the stew and wave her down. I get a cup of mead.
Just 1 cup for you?
That's all I'm gonna need.
All right, that'll be 2 silver.
I'll just give her 5.
5 silver?
Yep.
Okay. And she comes back eventually, with your guys' food and drinks. She's like, I appreciate your patronage. I mean, if you don't want to make your way into town, we've got some rooms available here.
What's the going rate for these rooms?
1 gold per night.
I think I'll take a room and another bottle of meat, and I flicker 3 gold.
Okay. She takes it. She's like, all right, a room for the night and some gold.
I don't know. Let's say you said 1 gold for the night.
Sorry, what was that?
1 gold for the night.
Yeah, 1 gold per night.
Okay. Mound will also get a room, and
And I mean, you guys could share these rooms if you wanted to.
well, I already have Droop sharing my room, so I'm
One
kind of.
1 gold per room.
I don't. How many people per room? I guess is the question. Because
I mean,
me and Droop is usually what I figured. My
yeah,
room's stacked
I would
at.
I would imagine it's kind of like a hotel, like double beds.
Okay.
So it'd be like 2 full size beds.
Unless you don't mind bunking up closely.
I gotta push the 2 full size beds together to get it to be tall enough for me.
You guys are sleeping on the floor if you're in my room. I'll throw her a gold too and get a room and
Okay.
see if anybody wants to join me.
Guess after everyone kind of pays her, and we've kind of buttered up with a little bit of extra gold, I'll be like, I know we haven't spent much yet, but you did mention information for money. Would you be able to spare just a little bit of information so we know the quality of the information we are getting?
Like I said, the name I've heard it. I've heard it before, but it was years ago. I'm not sure. My memory's still a little foggy on, the details and the circumstances of why she was here. But I certainly remember the name, and I certainly remember seeing.
I'm gonna clear my throat from behind, at the table behind Malin, and just you're just gonna hear me clacking 2 platinums in my fingers, kind of rubbing them together, holding them above my head as I look at you smiling.
You're looking at Malin and smiling, or
Yep.
Malin goes, I guess my goblin friend over here is wondering, would 2 platinum help relieve the fog of your memory? I am very uncharismatic. You guys know this is probably as bad as I'm saying it is how bad it's coming out.
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and roll a persuasion
God
check
damn.
with advantage at this point.
Woo! -1, baby.
You got advantage on it, so there's
I got 17.
she looks at it and she's like, I mean, the last time I've seen or heard that name would have been a little over a decade ago. Maybe 12, 11, 12 years. I can't. And, it's been a while. We've been parked here outside Jack the Danes for the better part of, 5, 7 years. I don't know. I lose track of time. Because what Siren's market thrives on is wars. I mean, the more people are fighting, we've had a far too long of peacetime. Because this market, being as it does walk, it does move, makes it a nice staple for a wartime and being able to get supplies to the people who need them.
Probably for a hefty markup, I assume.
Convenience has its price.
I was gonna look at Malin and kind of like look at him and like kind of questioning whether or not the information was 2 platinum. I'm still holding in my hand. As I stand behind, as I sit behind him, slowly eating my soup with my other free hand.
I just look back at him going, "You offered it. You, I don't know."
So I'll take it. I'll flick one towards him with my thumb. Throw the other one between my fingers again. Smirk, like just kind of let him know, you owe me for this. And I'll flick him the second one.
Guess I pay the lady.
She just looks at you and she's like I said, information isn't necessarily cheap around here. I appreciate what you guys have done so far. But those bottles that I'm looking for are worth 10 platinum apiece.
Okay, now we got the idea of expense here. Okay, he looks at. She mentioned the bottles right out loud.
I mean, like, obviously, like she mentioned it out loud, but it's obviously in a hushed tone.
Well, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Malon's gonna turn towards Skekrim and go, maybe we should go look for some bottles. That way we don't have to maybe fork over so much out of our own pockets. Maybe we have a different way of getting those bottles. And he'll wink at him.
I'm just gonna take I'm gonna look at your coin first so I can see how it's got so little in it, and then just being
Doesn't have little in it. It's decent.
I'm gonna take mine and off my waist and just kind of set it in front of me, and then hold it up and just jingle it so you can hear the coin shaking. Ain't the money I'm worried about. And then put it back on my waist.
Are you just being to me?
I'm gonna yell at him in Goblin. I'm gonna say, "Don't get too much attention on us."
Yeah, that's actually what I was just gonna say is you pull out your bag of money and like start to jingle it around, and there's at least 2 or 3 tables that stop their game and turn to face you and look at you. And they're looking at you like clearly knowing that you have money. And then we'll stop there for the night.
Curse at him in Goblin.
Droop, darkness now. Droop cast darkness.
Okay. All right. So we'll stop there. But you guys got a little bit more of a lead now, and
got a little intuition. Lead us to that wall.
We'll see what else happens. Also, on an unrelated note, Tim. Is there a time that works for you in the next couple of weeks to just talk with Alicia and I?
Yeah, my evenings are pretty wide open. Corinne has trivia on Wednesdays, so those are usually a good day where I'm kind of like I have a free hand to do whatever.
Okay.
So I think you've got my number, so you can, if you want to check with Lacey and find something this week. But so long as it's in the evening, I can make that work. And my weekends are pretty wide open right now, so I don't think we have too much scheduled. So we can work around that. So pretty much any time after like 5 p.m. Central, I can find a way to make work.
Okay. Yeah, I'll see. Like I said, we'll reach out to you. But yeah, I just want to talk about the wedding.
The planning for that. I'll send you what I've written up so far.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, cool.
All right, I will talk to you guys all next Monday.
I have some questions.
Yeah.
Want to run over? So with like the droop training, like the language thing, I figured like
Yes.
I would teach him Elvish and he would teach me Goblin.
Okay.
And like I want to try to like have code words for combat things. Because like ideally he's probably not going to fight very much, right?
I mean, he'll fight when it's needed.
Yeah, but like
Like
I
when
guess,
you're
I
in
guess
a-
my thing is like with our training, like having code words that might help him
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
to do. But it's
Yeah,
just like
that's
just the cast is like darkness or like cast silence.
yeah. So the way that I was gonna do it is like I will run him, and he will be like, I mean, he's not gonna be dumb, obviously.
Well, yeah.
Uh,
It was
but
more like
but
a
yeah, I
like
mean, if you want to give him a suggestion or something like that, then we
like
can
if we were
certainly-
like to run into combat like and you know
Yeah.
like when you just like give somebody like you know darkness and then like the combat initiates or something.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That was all.
No, for sure. We'll figure something out. Especially if it's just like certain words or something, like you're just like trying to
Yeah, it's
give
only
like
for his
it-
like you know his darkness and
Yeah.
the pass without a trace.
like
thing.
that'll be much easier to like train, and I mean like you could probably even say that you worked that into your training, like while
Yeah.
he was learning spells, like you know, like it's not hard to learn 3 or 4 words of a foreign language.
Yeah. So that was all.
But okay, all right, I will talk to you guys all next Monday.
Bye.
Bye.
The
Thanks everyone who stuck around and watched us play D&D for the first time in the new year. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the evening. As always, peace out, stay dude, and until next time, bye.